You're on.
Okay. Call this meeting to order. We start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Mr. Scott, can you call the roll?
Miss Albright.
Here.
Mrs. Bell.
Here.
Mrs. Godfrey.
Here.
Mrs. Leone.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Miss Olson.
Here.
Mr. Scott here. Mr. Strobel.
Here.
And Mrs. Thompson.
Here.
All present.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. We haven't had this many people here in quite a while. Just to let you know, we have a quick special voting meeting that we're going to do before we get to the regular body of the committee of the whole. I just wanted to let you know that so that when I adjourn, you won't think that I missed you. So procedures for public participation are
Not there.
nowhere.
Not there.
They haven't changed since the last time. Anybody coming up to address the board, you can use that podium right there. There's a piece of paper on it and a pen, and you write your name and address. State your name and address. You have 3 minutes to address the board, and that's it, basically, I think. Presentations by the public on agenda items for the special voting meeting, which is the budget resolution. Okay, seeing none, moving on to finance. Finance 2A, 1 and 2. Can I get a motion for those?
Motion. Second.
Ms. Bell and Mr. Sherrill made the second. Okay, motion reads to adopt the preliminary budget for 2021-22 school year as presented to the district administration in the amount of $65.34-ish million with a real estate millage of 32.8474 per Act 1. We do have the CFO, Kathleen Haynes, is attending via phone to answer any of the board's questions if anybody has any questions before we vote. Just a reminder for the public that this is not what our current millage is. This would be the maximum that we would set for next year's millage. We are hoping that it is smaller, but it is leaving us some room for emergencies. We don't know a lot about what next year's state or federal budget are going to look like at this point. So it leaves us the most possible flexibility in setting the millage for next year. That's why that number, just don't let that number freak you out. We haven't, we haven't taxed to the max in very, very many years. Not since no one who's on this board right now has ever had our final millage that we settled on in June be the maximum that we've discussed in February, like ever. So, any members of the board have questions for Ms. Haynes? Okay. Can I get a vote?
Mrs. Bell.
Yes.
Mrs. Godfrey.
Yes.
Mrs. Leone.
Yes.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mrs. Albright.
Yes.
Mr. Scott, yes. Mr. Strobel.
Yes.
Mrs. Thompson.
Yes.
Mrs. Olson.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so that is adopted for next year. Presentations by the public on issues. Again, we will have another session for that in the next meeting that we will gavel in right after this is over. And seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Scott? A second from Mrs. Albright? And we are adjourned.